Hello, people, and welcome to the latest edition of Through a Different Lens podcast. I'm your co host, Joe,
Jacob.
and we're missing Dej because Dej is on a well deserved birthday holiday. So
Right.
enjoy your holiday, Dej.
Mm-hmm.
Get me? So, yeah, obviously, just wanted to see how you're doing. This is our first setup where it's just two of us, actually.
Yes.
So the dynamics might be slightly different. We ain't got Deji's clownish antics, you get me? But we move. But yeah, now just checking how you doing this week, Jacob.
Yeah, man, all good, all good, to be fair. It's always a busy week for me, to be fair, but had my mum's birthday.
Jeez, big up auntie.
Yes, had mum's birthday. So I was running around grabbing stuff for that. Then it's my sister's birthday on Monday. I won't be here for it. But
Okay, yeah.
and then obviously just planning to go away again. Obviously international duty coming up. So
El Jefe, El Jefe.
yeah, just planning to go away. Basically, just having to get all my stuff in order and get the boys in order in some form of aspect as well. So
Yeah.
it's all right. I quite enjoy the busyness. I once prayed to be busy all the time. So
Hey, it's true,
I'd rather be busy than doing nothing.
No, that's very true, bruv. Your mind will stay much more active that way.
Exactly.
You will somewhat be more productive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, fair enough. Are you looking forward to this international break coming up?
Yeah, definitely. Another big game against another big nation, obviously in the Caribbean, probably in the world now, Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that the first or second game?
that's the first game. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
playing them on the Thursday. I believe it's the 12th. Don't hold me to that date because I don't actually know.
Yeah, Thursday is the 12th. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So we'll be playing that game in Grenada.
Mhm.
So another big game. Should have a big crowd. Another time to kind of test myself again against Premier League opposition. And, it's always good to see how you fare up against the best players in, like, obviously
in your continent,
in
or
our
region.
continent, in the region, and
Yeah.
they play in the Premier League. So you get to test yourself against the best.
No, that's good, man. And who's the other game against?
Suriname again.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So going to Suriname to play them.
Mm-hmm.
They got their actual stadium pitches are 4G. So as we spoke about last week, I don't like that much.
Turf
But
wars.
yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Exactly. So yeah, man. Other than that, life's all right. Life is lifing. I tell you that.
Nah, I hear you.
Life is really lifing, but everyone's good around me. Everyone's healthy, and
Thank God for that.
yeah,
Thank
got
God.
good people and good connections. So when I'm in a tough spot, everyone can kind of just lean on people to, help me out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my stuff. What about you, my brother? How's things?
Yeah, no, we just thank God, like, everyone around me is all good.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Obviously this week, I'd say, or the last week, sorry, leading into this week, I've had a bit more of a heavier heart, and obviously you have as well, because we're basically in the Croydon area, or close by, and obviously the young lady that young girl that lost her life last week to a tragic incident, Eliane, and it's just like it really hit everyone hard.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even if you just live close by. It's just those ones that, like, that really happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was in work when when the news got messaged to me, like, in my old work group chat, and like for good, I'd say about 2-3 hours, I was quite rattled because obviously she was the same age as my youngest sister.
Right.
My youngest sister just turned 16 earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I was like, obviously, even though I knew my sister was at school, then it's just me checking in, doing my due diligence, checking in with my other sister as well. And I'm like, bro, that's literally the same age as my sister. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see that as your own family. Obviously, I didn't know her, but know people around that know her family and stuff like that. And it was devastating. Like, it was just an evil act. It's hard to speak on it, but like, that really hit hard, as if it hit home.
Definitely.
If that makes sense. And obviously we've gone past the last couple of days, we've gone past where it took place, and you're seeing like a lot of people there going to show their respects, everything, the memorial that's happening, and just, yeah, it's really hurt, like, the community as a whole.
Definitely.
But it's affected London as well,
Mm-hmm.
like, because she's an innocent girl. she's not involved in none of that kind of lifestyle. So yeah, I'd say that kind of plagued on me for a big period throughout that day, which I believe it might have been last Wednesday or Thursday. I can't even remember now.
Yeah.
Like get my bearings right.
Because I remember we at the time you messaged in the chat.
Yeah.
And I said this is, I said this Croydon place right now is it's crazy.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe myself because it's actually so close to home.
Yeah,
literally. Like it's 10 minutes from me, 10 minutes from here. You get 10 minutes from you as well. So it's like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's so close to home. And obviously I've got younger siblings as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even to the point my sister's just gone to Oxford University.
Yeah.
And I'm phoning her, checking in on her. I know you get what I mean. I'm like literally messaging her every day and she's saying, why are you messaging me for? What do you want? I'm just like, you don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, when someone leaves the house and you're just like, I don't know. Now it's a scary time. Like people leaving the house and I'm thinking, should I just drop you?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Because what's going on in the street, it can happen to anyone.
Bro, literally, like, when I've texted my youngest back, obviously I didn't want to worry her to an extent, innit? But then my other sisters already said that, like, the school's checked in, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I was aware that my youngest sister knew, innit?
Yeah.
And then I think I messaged her saying, I'm just, how you doing? Or I'm checking up on you. And I think she said why initially. Because obviously I won't message like that during the day. I'd ask a question for something or vice versa, etc. And then like even coming home from work, speaking to her about it briefly, obviously I knew she was completely aware of everything, trying to get like the events of what she heard in school, etc. And like, bro, man just hugged her, you get me? Like it was weird, like it was just a weird moment, but like man hugged her, then she kind of hit me back to normality when she goes, okay, you're acting weird now, innit? You get me? You know what kids are like. But like, I'd rather her say that than anything else. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just those ones. Like immediately, it's like call my parents. I was like, have you lot seen what happened on the news, etc. Checking in with my sisters, just to see. Obviously, they both go to school and work close by.
Right.
So.
And because you don't have a name
at
the start, you don't know who it is.
Literally, all I saw was the headline, and I saw the age, and the time as well. Like
it could be anyone.
Like obviously, I knew she won't be there, but there's a chance
you could be.
She could have just gallivanted. It's 10 minutes down the road from her school, innit?
Exactly.
So, and I'm like, bruv, like this was. It was only until like my other sister texted me. She's like, oh yeah, like they've spoke to all the kids and blah blah blah, and I'm like. Okay, it's not even a relaxed thing, but like, a bit of peace of mind for myself, innit? And I remember I even said it to, was it the following day? I said it to my colleagues, and I was like, this is why I was potentially a bit off in the morning, because that day I was actually in the office, and I was like, obviously that incident kind of like hit home to an extent, innit? So yeah, obviously just praying for Eliane's family, may her soul rest in peace.
Definitely.
Obviously, it's gonna be a massive, hard period, like probably for the rest of their lives, and that's completely understandable. But I just hope that the whole community and everyone around her family can just continue to be there.
Definitely.
And yeah, it's just like whoever in her family continue to make her proud, make her name a positive impact, etc. Bro, I don't even really know what to say. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
that's the thing. It's such a mad situation that there's no real words to kind of describe it. Yeah. Even to the point when I was in Croydon the other day, and I said, I promise you, if I see any school child, me personally, like family member that's in school or any like family friend that's in school in this Croydon area, you're coming with me, and I'm taking you home.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason for, after this has happened, I don't want to see anyone I know in that area. Yeah. Even though you might live in this area, there's no reason to be walking through here anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't know what's going to happen. Literally, the streets aren't safe.
Yeah.
And I felt like it, when my mum used to say, when we were in school, be safe and obviously get home safe and, you know, do this and do that. I used to always play it off, it's fine.
Yeah.
But now, honestly, I've like those words ring true.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people need to start taking those things really seriously. And bro, it's crazy.
I think even when we were coming back from Deji's birthday meal last week, we were just talking about like the difference of when like we were that age, younger, or even younger, like how much trust or less of a fear factor that our parents had at the time, that we can effectively stay out for longer.
Yeah.
And then technology was even less, innit?
Exactly.
Like there weren't none of this phoning in, checking in all the time.
No.
I was saying like my older cousin, I was like, what, 6? He's 10. He could take me out all day. Do you know what I mean? Like you won't have that. Whereas now, like, even if my youngest sister's out for a long period of time, there's a point I feel like I have to...
You're messaging.
Yeah, like, I have to check in, like, oh, do you want me to come get you? Or say, say dad or anyone to go get her, etc. Like, it's much more different. No matter how smart, like, the kids of today are, the roads are less safe also.
Exactly, and you always get caught up in an issue, because that girl woke up in the morning, said bye to her mum, said bye to her dad.
Yeah.
In expectation to get home that evening. And this is the thing. You can't take life for granted. You can't leave the house now and hope that you're always just going to make it home, because that situation there, bro, why?
Yeah.
Why? That's exactly
the thing. That's the question.
And then it leads on to a next point when I say to myself, can I raise when I have my own children, can I raise them in this London?
Yeah.
Like, is it safe enough?
Yeah.
Like my little brother right now lives in Cobham.
Yeah.
Obviously he plays for Chelsea, so that's why he's there. But he's a lot safer in Cobham.
Yeah. And on that point, like, sorry, back in the day, I'd always say, like, when I have kids, ideally I'd want them to grow up in London like the way I did, to an extent.
Same as me, but
because I feel like you're not to discredit anyone else, but you're a bit more streetwise because of what you've kind of gone through, innit? Or what you're more exposed to see. But then that the flip to that is just incidents likely to occur, be at the wrong place at the right time, or wrong place at the wrong time, where that can happen anywhere, but it's just a bit more exaggerated and understandably exaggerated here, innit? So
definitely.
It's just something that like you really think about even more. Like, I'll speak to my friends or like my older cousins or cousins in general that have kids, like understanding why some of them don't want their kids being brought up in certain areas, certain societies, etc. So yeah, no, man, it's just mad tragic incident, and it happened to happen like down the road from my old office, and then I then saw the next day someone got stabbed. I think a man got stabbed in his early 30s right outside my old office in Croydon.
This is a thing. Early 30s, bro.
Literally.
Who's safe?
Yeah.
Who is safe? Because
you've gone from 15 to 30 like that.
What's next?
Yeah.
And I don't know the reasoning behind these stabbings. Yeah. That's my issue. It's like, first off, when I grew up, it was never touch a woman. No matter what they do to you, never touch a woman. So when I heard a boy stabbed a girl, and I said, what on earth? What was she in that life?
Yeah.
And then when I heard she was not in that life at all, that's when I was like, okay, something's not adding up.
Yeah.
Like where are the morals? Where are the values? And it leads on to a point of where are the role models?
Yeah.
You see how we had older siblings or older people in the area, or even older family members, cousins, always telling you what to do or keeping you in check or raising you a certain type of way. Whereas now I don't know what it is and who these children have to look up to. I guess it should be us.
Yeah.
But the problem with us is we're all focused on getting to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So you don't have enough time for the kids in that aspect, and especially if you don't know them. I guess when we were younger, we were more outside, so we were always building a form of community.
By default,
you get what I mean.
Yeah.
You knew you could go to your neighbour's house if you couldn't get into your house.
Yeah, no, like, definitely.
That sort of stuff now, I don't think it's the same.
Yeah, no, it's really not. And obviously, like, in terms of like this particular one that we're discussing, like, I wouldn't even say the role model to an extent, because bro, that was just a complete evil act, innit? You get me? And obviously us growing up, we had, I'd like to say, our form of role models, etc. Or everyone knows what's right from wrong.
Yeah.
I'd like to think they do, but
you'd hope so. But
people are just wicked.
Right.
Like, that particular scenario, I cannot even try and find any type of reasoning for it.
None at all, bro.
Any type of reasoning.
None.
And it's just those ones where, yeah, like, obviously there's so much a community, because we keep on coming back to community, that community can do in it, but you don't know what's influencing certain kids of certain things, etc. At home to their parents. They could be the best, because like when people try to get on parents, I'm like, bro, sometimes it's not easy, you know. Like
100% no.
A parent can have 6 kids, just for argument's sake. 5 of them are brilliant, and 1 could just go off the roll, innit?
Yeah.
And bro, that's completely tarnished the whole family's name, etc.
100%.
So I think there's a lot of contributing factors in it. But yeah, obviously that's where like I'll be listening a bit more to what, say, community leaders are saying, etc.
Definitely.
Because we're at an age and stage now where we want to help out as much as we can as well. Obviously, like you said, I think there's probably more things on our plate. London's not easy to live in general.
That's the first thing.
So, but like, even me, like I call him my unofficial mentor, who's my old football coach, and he's like a big community leader in South London. So it's just something that I try to obviously not mirror from him, but I try to pick up as much as I can from him from a distance and stuff like that. And he's someone that like I've spoke to about things in the past, not too much, but like here and there, and that I'd like to go into more depth with about certain like aspects and stuff, or the differences, obviously the difference he's made and the differences he's trying to make, etc. and stuff, as well as others around him. And so just again, like, hopefully these evil acts can somewhat just it's easy to say stop, but
like, they need to. That's the thing.
They really need to.
They need to, because it's just it's not necessary. London, as you said, London's a hard enough place to live as it is, and with that happening, you're just making it harder. Yeah, literally, it's. I'll be honest. It's scary. It's scary.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And
I don't know if you saw. I saw it on Twitter, and it wasn't really on the news. I think maybe until like yesterday or day before. A man in Bristol that got stabbed by a woman.
No, I didn't.
Like old man.
Sick, like in his late old man, and he got stabbed by a woman.
I think he's like he's well known in their community in St. Paul's in Bristol, I believe. And I think the police are treating it as like a race hate crime. Oh. And there was videos of her I didn't see a video of her doing it, but like her just acting casual after.
Oh, like nothing happened.
Yeah, laying on the floor. So I don't know if they're gonna now do the she's not mentally correct. Do you know what I mean? The insane thing, etc. But when I saw that, I was like, bruv, like, what the hell? Yeah, see, even coming up seeing it now that he was a popular community figure.
Did he pass?
Yeah, so he's in his 60s. Well, he was in his 60s.
It's back to the point.
And the woman's 36.
Bro, it's back to the point of there's no one is safe.
Yeah.
No, and
that one, we can't even say, that's a community thing. Who's going to be role model? Bro, that's 36.
36 and 60.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? And it's not just, we always narrow it down to a London problem because we live here and this is our area. But it's not just a London problem.
Oh, bro. Definitely not.
It's
just obviously we're the capital city. Everything's magnified London 100 times, etc. Which is understandable to an extent.
But the way they make it seem is if people get killed every second of the day.
Yeah.
Whereas, obviously, it's not that. It is very, very bad. But it's a UK thing, bro. Mm-hmm. It's not just a London thing where, this is happening here.
Yeah.
Obviously, when it's in Croydon and it hits closer to home, for us, we want to discuss it.
Yeah.
But it is literally a United Kingdom thing, and there's no age limit to it. Yeah, it's just the UK is becoming a war zone, and stuff's changing.
Yeah.
And we need to figure out a quicker way to fix it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because we can't carry on. Honestly, we can't carry on living this way.
No, for sure. I just pray like all those families that are involved, that God can like somewhat, not obviously it's going to be hard to give them peace of mind, but effectively say peace of mind when the time's right, let them heal, etc. and stuff like that. But like speaking of role models, I wanted to briefly touch up on Colin Kaepernick. Obviously, we saw last week or the week before he wrote, when J. Cole posted Colin Kaepernick's letter to the Jets organization, that he wants to help the practice squad, etc. Of the New York Jets, who lost Aaron Rodgers to injury. I say lost, he's injured with an Achilles injury, I should say. And obviously, Colin Kaepernick was blackballed from the NFL. He took a risk, like risking his career for what he believed he stood up on. And obviously, we know how
that's kind of
he hasn't played for what 7 years now.
7 years now, yeah.
And we know, like, the NFL ownership organization, when it comes to stances like that, they come together as one.
Of course,
even more than ever.
Yeah.
So, like I said, him being a role model, what do you think about, one, his letter and how he's impacted, say, the American society from what we see from an outsider?
The letter was interesting because when I read through it, I was like, okay, cool. He isn't asking to be a starter. He isn't even asking to be a backup. He's asking to be someone on the practice squad. To basically be a scout team for the quarterbacks he's seeing every week. So he's basically saying, I don't want to be the main man. I don't want to be the second main man. I don't want to be part of the actual squad. Put me on the practice squad.
And it's to help the starters.
Exactly. So he's put himself out there in a position to be like, okay, cool, I'm going to help you respectfully.
Especially, sorry to cut you off, with a lot of the quarterbacks in the league right now
are this Colin Kaepernick. What Colin Kaepernick was anyway. That's it. So he'd be a perfect fit for teams, basically, for them to run, obviously, scout team and offense through. And I like the letter. But I feel like everything now that he says to the NFL is going to fall on deaf ears.
You say fall on deaf ears. Do you think if a player in the NFL was to stand up the same way Colin Kaepernick did, but today it'll fall on deaf ears, or like there'll be some form of a change straight there and there?
I feel that'd be a small. I think Colin Kaepernick's made a difference enough for there to be a change. I think that it depends on the player. That's the main thing. If Patrick Mahomes took this stand, then
my homeboy.
If Mahomes takes this stand, then we're speaking about something different. It depends on the player. Because
and the status that they have.
And the thing is, if it's a black quarterback, there's a lot of black quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And if it's a main black quarterback, a franchise black quarterback, then I say yes. Then the change will be made. But if it's just another, and Colin Kaepernick wasn't a fly by night player either. He was the main guy.
He got to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And I think NFC Championship game.
He won it. So this is the thing. If it has to be someone, and I always think that anyway, when someone's making a stand, it has to be someone big.
On that, like, I think I've said that in the past to my boys, like, when there's been issues in this country, say race issues, etc., I feel like the top black players in the Prem, if, for instance, there was just for argument's sake, this is me going a bit extreme, but say we're not playing this weekend. Do you know what I mean? Like, then shit. Like, what are the FA really gonna do
to combat it? That's the thing.
Because if they all collectively just said something along those lines, not saying that they should, but and they told their clubs, etc., blah blah blah, boy, we'll see. Obviously, in sports, majority of players or athletes are somewhat replaceable, innit? But if the top of the top are all standing together and like, or just speaking out collectively, I feel like there's been times in the past where they haven't done things collectively where they could have.
It's always one. It's always one, or it's like a small group over there.
For instance,
you see what I mean?
I can't even speak properly, but when Sterling spoke out, and was comparing when the papers were on Tosin Adebayo for buying a house, but then when Phil Foden bought a house,
it's a success story. It's the lesser two
like,
evils.
bro, you don't know their family stories.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I feel like if everyone came together, there's enough black players in the Premier League, top black players in the Premier League right now, that if you take a stand, you actually affect your team.
Yeah, definitely.
You affect your team because, look, If Crystal Palace, for instance, all their black players,
Brothers United,
come together and say we're not playing this week, there's no football match.
Nagara.
There's no football match. So this is what I'm trying to say. There's enough black players in the Premier League. There's enough black people in sport right now in high positions that take this stand, and it will not fall on deaf ears. Especially in the NFL, it has to be a top quarterback or it has to be a quarterback.
Definitely.
And it has to be someone that really affects.
That's arguably the most important position or the hardest position in all of sports.
Exactly.
I'd say bar probably a F1 driver.
Yeah. But they have to take that stand.
Yeah.
And if they take that stand, then what Colin Kaepernick has done has made sense.
Yeah.
And it does everything that Colin Kaepernick has done has made sense. But what they're trying to do is make us look like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, don't do this because this is the position you're going to end up in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that. It's not that, really and truly. It's just, okay, cool. He's taken the best stand possible. But
mate, he's been a sacrificial lamb.
He has. But he's taken a fall for it. But he's also outside of sports probably done things that he would have never done if he didn't take this stand.
Yeah. But do you also hear, like, because when the letter came out, I was reading people's comments and they were like, why does he think he can come in, for instance, why does he think he can come back to the league when he's effectively been paid off? Do you know what I mean? With the whole collusion thing. Like, they come to an agreement, him and the NFL,
right,
etc. Do you think, like, he's somewhat contradicting himself? Now he wants to come back, but he's received a payout from them?
No, I don't think he's contradicting himself at all, because he received the payout because they didn't want any more flack or any more of what he was saying.
Yeah.
That's why he received the payout. And more time, he received the payout because more time is money that they actually owe you. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to play the sport that he obviously had a dream to play when he was young.
Yep.
He's been in the NFL. He's proven in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He's taken a team like the 49ers to the Super Bowl.
Yep. I feel like they get to the Super Bowl every 2 years. But yeah,
but he has taken a team to the 49ers to the Super Bowl. So, like, he has some form of resume to back him up.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And it's like, why should he, okay, cool, you got paid out from something. Why should he now take a back step and say, oh, no, I don't want to play anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got paid. No, he still needs to earn the money for his family. He knows the best way right now as a quarterback in the NFL is to earn a lot of money for your family.
100%.
So
and we see the way they're getting paid now, boy.
Exactly. So the money they paid them out to what they're paying, the money they paid him out to what they're paying the NFL quarterbacks right now. You think he's sitting there thinking, hold on, did I make a mistake?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, you didn't, because you stood up for what was right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're taking a stand. And at the end of the day, you're going to be, look how many athletes there are.
Yeah.
Athletes aren't going to be remembered that well. You get what I mean? Look how many quarterbacks have played in the NFL. We can't name them all. Colin Kaepernick will always stand the test of time for something he did.
Oh yeah, he's an icon.
Exactly.
He's an icon.
In all communities as well. That's the thing. And bro, what he did with the letter, I liked it. I didn't think anything was gonna come from it.
Yeah.
But
same.
You know, it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, definitely.
And obviously he didn't want the letter to come out, but obviously J. Cole asked him and he allowed the letter to be released.
Oh, really? I didn't know that part.
Fair. He didn't want it to come out. He said J. Cole said reluctantly he let me put the letter out.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So he didn't really want the letter to come out, but the letter's come out and we've all seen. So I like when we can see what someone has said, and then when someone rejects them, I'm like, oh, okay, well, but I want your reasons why you've rejected him.
Yeah.
That's always a thing. So I like to see stuff, and then I want to see why you've rejected him, because
we didn't just say, all right, he's put out a letter. We actually got a chance to read the letter.
Exactly.
So okay, no.
Because usually it's with what it has been with Colin Kaepernick is hearsay.
Yeah.
It's been this has been said, and there's been no reason. Oh no, we just didn't.
Yeah.
We just
no, it's true.
We just don't like it.
It's true. But obviously he's seen as a role model for, like, not even just sports,
way bigger than sports.
Yeah, that's
way bigger than
and
sports.
That's my one reason why, for instance, I love the NBA, because the players in the NBA, like, they use their power.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, bro, they'll be like, nah, we're not standing for this.
Mm-hmm.
We're not playing. Look, obviously there's not been one for time, but lockouts back in the day.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. When they can't come to agreements, we're not playing games.
Exactly. In the bubble.
Yep.
The Bucks.
Yep. So, boy. And I wish like I was a vivid watcher those days of the lockouts. Obviously, I was a watcher then, but not to that extent to understand it fully. To just see them playing pickup games, Rocker Park, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously, I'm not saying like the players here should do that or footballers, but if they did come to a collective, which I don't feel they do enough or do for the right things, that's why I understand why previously, like Wolf, for instance, Zaha has just said, I'm not taking the knee.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I understand to an extent.
Because I think like with a lot of things here in the UK, it's a lot of, all right, let's just do things for image.
Yes.
Let's do
yeah.
things for
100%.
clicks.
100%.
Let's try and see like we're making a difference.
Yeah.
But after a while, one falls on deaf ears.
Of course, no one's taking a knee anymore.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
And like,
what change did it make?
Where obviously we had fans in different teams just effectively booing it for a very long time.
I was booed on the pitch for that all the time.
Yeah. So
what you said though, remember the lockout when they used to play at Rocker Park and that sort of stuff. Imagine now, Premier League. They say we're not playing this weekend. Yeah. They all turn up at every goals in the country and start playing the game they're meant to play with their best five-a-side team at goals. Yeah. And you'll see, then the Premier League will realise, oh, okay, they're really making a stand.
Yeah, definitely.
But imagine that you saw, bro.
It's just here, like, I feel like to the players' defence, the threat of not playing is actually more peak.
Oh, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if just for argument's sake, if you didn't agree with something, you publicly Sancho. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if that happened in another sport, there might be a bit more. All right, let's get to the bottom of it more, or like others are gonna come out and speak. Like I think I even heard John O'Shea say to him, which I actually effectively agreed with it. Even if you don't feel like you're in the wrong, just apologize now and get on with it. If that's all they want,
that is what football clubs want. That's what anyone wants, because they want to feel like, oh, I'm in the power position. You need to say sorry to me. Pep had the same thing with Yaya Toure. Yeah. At Man City, it was a case of, oh, you need to apologize and then you can play. Yeah. And he said no. Nah, bro. What, I'm like, a man. You're a man. Why do I need to apologize?
Players' careers end up somewhat going downhill with that route. Like, here it's very hard to speak out. I've always said, especially for a young player, it's super hard. Like, when, for instance, Malky Mackay at Cardiff, I was living in Cardiff at the time when the whole racism incident come out of how he's referred to certain players, but it was like the younger players and stuff like that, or the reserve 23s, 18s, etc. And one of them actually called, because obviously I was living with one of the players, like the 23s players at the time. One of the former players who had left actually called a player and said to him, like, yo, the Sun are calling me, like different newspapers are calling like for statements from him regarding, because obviously it started to be unraveled what happened at Cardiff and stuff like that. And I remember I just said to him, I was like, if you feel like you don't know what to say, don't say nothing. And I went on Twitter, like, I remember Cardiff fans, because this is when I was ready to fight for the mandem on Twitter. I still am, but like then I'll be like, yo. And I just went back and I was like, to a lot of fans, I was like, realistically, put your foot in his shoes. If he spoke out then, would any of you have believed him at the exact time? No. Let's just say, for incident. Again.
Instance. He's looking for the word instance.
I know.
He's fighting English.
Mate, it's been fighting me today. That the manager called him something racial. Yeah. And if he publicly come out and said it,
then the guy, his career's done.
Bro, that was 10 years ago then? Anyone gonna believe?
No.
95% aren't believing.
No, 100%.
His career is fully done.
Yeah.
But like, when everything started to come out, then he started to like give his statements slowly, or just statements across the club. Everyone's like, "Rod, this was actually said." But some of us knew this stuff at the time, but
it can't be said.
Yeah.
What reaction is gonna happen? It's gonna be, "Oh, you're a liar."
Exactly.
It's your word against mine, and you know what. And there's always a case
and
of
that's the first team manager.
Exactly, but because they're the big man in the building, it's always gonna be. And I can end your career.
Yeah.
Because all they have to do is send a few words out to other football clubs. Don't touch this guy. Yeah,
exactly. Because clubs do references.
Exactly, they reference all the time. It's always, he's a bad egg. Don't go near him. But why is he a bad egg? That's the question they never ask. Why is he a bad egg? Oh, no reason. Just he's bad around the changing room.
It's just easy for them to dismiss stuff.
Of course.
So easy.
But as a player, I've been in that situation myself. Not the racist stuff, but in terms of having a bad reference when I left
a club,
when I left the club, not because of anything, just because me and certain staff members didn't get on, and we hadn't got on. I was there for 13 years, hadn't got on for most of the time.
Yeah,
you get what I mean. So I got a bad reference myself.
Yeah.
And then when I was leaving that place, it was difficult for me to find a new club. It was just lucky I found a manager who didn't actually care about that. He was like, no, like, you're in my changing room now. Like, I can see how you are with these boys. So why am I going to trust anything else? So that's why I always gravitate towards with myself in football anyway. Yeah. Managers that look at stuff differently. Like, okay, cool. Well, how are you around us?
Yeah, I don't know if you realize, but anytime, say you're to go to a club, I'll always ask you and the manager's relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now it's important, especially like, even if you're club hopping, etc., bro, they're more likely to just pick you up or carry on what they used to, because that's what effectively keep managers their job, innit?
Exactly. So exactly. That's why recently I've built a relationship with my current manager, and I've played for him 3 times in the last 4 years. I'm gonna say. Yeah. This is my 3rd time playing with him, but it's just a case of, because he understands me, I understand him, and we work well together. Yeah. And in the past, I thought I understood people, and I thought I was trying to build a relationship with them, but behind the scenes they're saying certain things about me, and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not saying anything about you, but sometimes people just don't get on.
Yeah, which is fine. Like,
But my thing is, don't then tarnish my name when I haven't done anything. You get what I mean? When I haven't done anything, and I'm a child at the time. You get what I mean? Not really a child. I'm an adult, a young adult. Yeah. But don't tarnish my name to other places. So you're trying to stop my career effectively.
And I feel this is one thing, like, a lot of fans don't know or realize that happens. But like, by default, because I'm close to you, or through all the ballers that I've known over the years, I've known all of this stuff.
Exactly.
But it's just whether you can somewhat speak about, because I can't tarnish your name, for instance. Tarnish any of their names to say, oh, this is happening at this current club. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, the blackballing can easily happen
anytime.
Easily happen here.
Anytime.
Like, especially young players, like we said, the references happen when players are leaving 18s, 23s. Yeah. The clubs that they're trialing at, etc., always go back to that parent club.
And more time, the players, the manager or the managers probably played, because most managers now have played in the past. They probably played with that next manager you're trying to sign for. Yeah. That's his friend.
Yeah, no.
so that's the thing though, bro. That is his friend. So you can't get your foot in the door, and you could be better than all of their players, bro. Yeah. All of their players by a country mile. And that one reference. And then when they're making an excuse for not having you in, or making an excuse for not signing you, you're looking at them in the face like, come on now. Yeah. Come on. Just tell me the truth. I'd rather you tell me, okay, you got a bad reference from this place. Yeah. Okay.
No, definitely.
Okay. Well, you've seen, and all I can say is, well, you've seen how I am around this building. You've seen how I am with you. So you can either trust yourself or trust what another man says. Yeah. But I'm on the advocate that someone could come to me with something, and someone else could tell me don't work with them. Yeah. I'm going to see for myself why I should not work with them.
That actually happened in non-league. I think it was beginning of this summer, actually. Someone that I know got signed to a club. He's played 1 preseason game, I believe, or something. Then I've seen a statement on Twitter saying, him and the managers have verbally agreed, etc., that he's leaving. And so I've asked the man them, obviously, some of them play in the leagues and stuff. And then I think I might have asked him as well the next time I saw him. And he was like, bro, it was just some mad political scenes behind the scenes, sorry. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, you literally signed for them like a week ago. Like, so these kind of things it happens across the English footballing pyramid system. Obviously, it probably happens in other countries, but definitely. Where we are, so yeah.
Even with the if we take it back to the NBA, just linking last thing to Colin Kaepernick, someone that is forgotten for taking a stand, a man called Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Yep. Who was actually known as Steph Curry before Steph Curry. Cool. And he basically took a stand when he refused to stand for the national anthem in a sign of protest, and called the flag of the United States a symbol of oppression.
Okay.
So he refused to stand, basically for the flag. Basically, what Colin Kaepernick had different reasons, but
Yeah.
he obviously refused to stand for the flag, and he had a 9-year NBA career, but he was also blackballed from the NBA after that.
Fair.
So
Cool.
he has a documentary. I don't know the name. When I do find the name,
check it out.
we'll link it. But yeah, no, he's another guy that obviously took a stand, and he's kind of the forgotten man in the NBA. But they're now telling his story because of the stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
Which I feel is good, but I also feel like it's almost too late. He's had his career, but he should have had a better career.
Yeah.
And someone has been able to take that away from him, which I never feel is right. Me personally, as a sports person, I don't feel like someone.
For me, as an athlete, if it's a non-sporting reason, it's not fair. Obviously, unless they've done something mad.
Yes,
fair enough.
Of course.
But like, as long as they've not done something like that's gonna get them in trouble in the wrong way, etc. If it's a non-sporting reason, then it's not right. Like,
being an athlete is difficult because sometimes your career is taken out of your own hands.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing. When I do eventually stop playing, I want it to be on my terms.
Yeah, 100%.
You get what I mean? In these guys' case, Colin Kaepernick, Mahmoud Al-Raf, and anyone else that's been blackballed for standing up for something.
Yeah.
Their situation is your career is being stopped by someone else. Someone else has taken away your livelihood and said, okay, cool, we're going to push you to the side because you're replaceable.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the unfortunate world of sports, but it's something that needs to be looked at and really delved deeper into, I feel.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
I'm just passionate about that sort of stuff because I myself could have had the same form of situation in terms of bad references for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Affecting what I could have, my future career. Obviously, I'm working my way back up, but it's a case. It's life.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's where some players get lucky, some don't. Like as harsh as it sounds, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes, isn't it?
That's the thing, and whenever I look back on stuff, I'm like, 26, I captain my country.
Yep.
I do things that I never thought I would do anyway. Yeah. So when I balance it out, I'm like, okay, I'm not in the Premier League. I once was.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? I'm not there anymore. It's like, but I'm also successful in other things.
Yeah.
So it's just taking that and just trying to, balance it out.
Yeah, you've adapted to the circumstances that's been thrown in front of you. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's just obviously as long as you're working hard, and others around aren't gonna let you slip up. So, yeah, it's just somewhat continuing on that form. But speaking of slipping up, one thing I wanted to touch on was obviously the biggest footballing headline this weekend, the officiating at Spurs versus Liverpool.
Oh boy.
And VAR, the controversy that is VAR, which it shouldn't be controversial because it is a technology system.
Exactly.
But it's not the system that's wrong, it's the people that utilize the system. So I don't know if you've read or listened to
I listened
the
and read.
PGMO's statement yesterday.
Yep.
And I mean the audio.
I listened to the audio.
And I'm happy they released the audio.
I feel like they should release it for all of them.
Yeah, I feel
even
like
the correct ones.
Or like at live moments, for instance, say, all right, this is what we're gonna be checking. Blah, blah. Do you know what I mean?
You see like rugby.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how you can hear it.
Yeah, and NFL as well to an extent. Like video systems that are used in other sports, there's rarely any controversy. No. One, they've obviously been using it for longer.
Yep.
But like two, you're getting some audio, or even in cricket as well. Actually, obviously I'm a big cricket fan, and the cricket 50 over World Cup's about to start. I think next week actually. But yeah hopefully England can get that. But just that alone, like you heard who was it? Not any of the VAR officials. It was one of the audio guys. I forgot what it was. He was in the caption. He was the one like telling the VAR
to stop the game.
Yeah, like
delay the game.
Yeah.
Delay. Stop it.
Obviously I can't. Etc. Blah blah blah. And even watching it live, I was like, one, they didn't draw the line, etc. Blah blah blah. But you just saw it was onside.
Bro, even when there was no lines, you could see like that is very much onside.
Yeah, definitely. I was like,
what's going on?
I was like, this is mental. And I don't know if you saw Klopp said today that at first I thought he was joking, but he looked serious about the game should be replayed and stuff. I was like, all right, cool.
He's not joking. I don't think that man's joking.
I was like, obviously it's going too far. The game's obviously not going to be replayed and stuff like that. But, and I think, I think Gary Neville was, when Liverpool put out this statement, Gary Neville was stating about how, like, he was basically saying Liverpool's statement was a bit too far. He's like, they made a mistake. And I was like, no, like, it's people like you that accept these kind of things.
Yeah.
And obviously, I hate Liverpool, United supporter. But I was so happy they put out that statement. Because it's not about, like, them individually. Obviously, it's going to get more highlighted more because it's them. And I feel like they're the darling of England. But, like, bro, put out that statement. Be like, yeah, forget the mistake thing. Someone needs to be punished for this.
Yeah, there has to be repercussions.
Yeah, because the same thing happens to managers and players when they make a mistake on the pitch. The refs have made a mistake. Exactly. They made a big mistake.
Big mistake. And now just say, I don't think Liverpool are going to be up there, but just now say.
I think they are.
I don't think they're going to be with the Arsenal and Man City.
I actually think they are. Weirdly, as long as they don't have few key injuries. I
don't know if Salah's going to be there after January. This is why I'm saying
he will be, man.
But
yeah, go on.
But imagine if that's the difference between winning the title and not winning the title.
Yeah. Because I think Tottenham scored not too long after.
They did score straight after, basically. And then obviously Liverpool went down and equalised. But the game would have been 1-1, different game. Yeah. Liverpool had 10 men at the time.
And they played well with 10 men. Yeah. Even played well with 9 men.
That's the thing. So but if it affects the title, then you sit back and say, yeah, now what do we do? If it doesn't affect affecting the title, affecting top 4, that decision, someone needs to be punished. And I don't know who it is that needs to be punished, but human error is human error, I understand.
But this is where I blame the FA. Because the FA accept mediocrity. I think they voted, was it beginning of this season or whatever, not to use the exact same system that was in the World Cup.
Which was perfect. Do you remember the World Cup one?
Exactly.
I thought the World Cup one was coming to the Prem because you could see the images. And it would show you like the hologram. And it was perfect. Okay, he's offside, he's onside.
I think the Champions League used it as well,
Bro, it was so quick.
Bro. And even if it's like they had the fear of, decisions are taking too long. Like, the right decision. Because me, I've actually, over the years, I've kind of defended the slack that VAR gets. Because I'm like, it's always leading to the correct decision.
Yeah.
But now, if like the refs and officials aren't even using it correctly,
no. I also think the decision on the weekend was made way too fast.
It
was like done in seconds.
Like, it was crazy.
As in, they said, okay, we're checking, and as soon as the check was done and the game just started again, I was like, hold on, wait, what's going on? Even last when Arsenal played Everton and Martinelli got the offside, and it wasn't actually, and the lines were in place, and everyone's still looking at the lines like, yeah, I don't think them lines are straight.
Yeah.
Because it fully looked like he was onside.
Yeah.
This is the thing. If it's human error, you may as well take away VAR and just bring back the linesman.
No, but obviously, if it's once or twice, you understand it to an extent. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Like, human error happens. Like, when I listened to the audio, I was like, if we heard this at the time, you'd be a bit more understanding. Because you heard the ref basically say, I effed up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The VAR official, whatever. Yeah. Like, if you hear it at the time, it wouldn't drag on. Obviously, it's still a big problem, but it wouldn't drag on as much.
No.
I feel when things get not shut down, but dealt with there and then, there's less likely to be more backlash.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's going to drag, then boy, like, they wouldn't have released the audio if Liverpool didn't put out their statement.
No way. No way.
Boy. And I feel like with Klopp's thing today about the game being replayed, he's basically, obviously, he knows it's not going to happen, but a lot of people saying he's entering like he's Jose / Sir Alex era. Yeah. And bro, sometimes you have to, for the benefit of your team, one, and just, bro, say it how it is, like, because one, if they replay the game, everyone's going to be like, yo, I need my game replayed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But say what needs to be said. Since last season or season before, when he said United get too much easy penalties, we stopped getting penalties.
Yes, this is the thing. If you start speaking, they start reffing different. They start doing things a bit differently.
No, definitely.
Because they're thinking, oh, okay, if we do this, even though some of the penalties decisions that are being not given are actually penalties.
Yeah.
But, because someone says something, they don't want to look like they're in favour of giving a certain team penalties.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you get a bit more of like, with the penalty thing, you get a bit more of a, all right, cool, they didn't give it for this reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You get some context.
Yeah, that's still subjective, but like where a line is being drawn, there's no subjectivity. That's like a straight F up. Like, bro,
we straight line.
Mess up big time. Literally.
Oh man.
So that's why I say, as much as I blame the refs, I blame the league more. One, you didn't want to put the same system as that was in the World Cup.
Yep.
And then two, when the refs make these errors, like you might just sideline them for maybe a game.
Yeah.
And stuff like, nah, bro. Like a straight red, free match ban. If it's egregious.
100%.
If it's egregious, 100%. Free match ban.
I think we should interview the refs after games.
To an extent, I agree.
I think we should ask them why they made that decision.
Yep.
What was the grounds of that decision making? And see what they say.
Do you know what? I'm here and there for that kind. I'm not too fussy on that, but I get why. Like,
I'm talking about all sports. Yeah, NBA, because them NBA refs need to be investigated.
Oh, bro, they're the absolute worst. The amount of times I had a problem last season. Let me not even go into them. Bro. But this is where this is another thing I've said to people. I say it on Twitter quite a bit, and I've said it to like a lot of people. People need to go and watch English games at all levels if they can, because people think the reffing in the Prem is bad. My gosh, you go to flipping. Obviously, I've been to countless football league games. And non-league games.
Yep.
It is shocking. Absolutely. Because they know they're getting paid.
They
obviously,
don't care.
They receive like abuse to a certain extent. I even what game did I go on the weekend? FA Cup qualifying third round. Carl Shorten versus Cray Valley PM at Carl Shorten. Bro, the liner was an absolute joke. And he was there, like, he gave a stupid decision, yeah, where the ref actually needed his help. And one of the Cray players has gone up like fuming at him, like obviously saying some mad stuff, and like, and my man just giggling. And bro, if I'm a player, I'm like, "What? You're laughing at me, yeah?" And I'm like, I always encourage people. One, go watch footballs at all level if you can. There's enough clubs close by, etc. Even pay £15-20 to get into a football league game. Go and watch it, because one, you learn the game. You learn the game a lot. Like, you see like the up and coming prospects, etc. I feel like that's why I've always had like not a good eye, but a good understanding of when players reach the top level.
You
I'm
can
like,
see.
I've watched them bare. Do you know what I mean? Like, or enough and stuff like that. Like when young Prem players go out on loan, or even the likes of when Dele Alli was coming through, that just go straight up and stuff like that. Two, go and experience the officiating, because the officiating in this country is just bad.
I have to experience it every weekend.
Yeah, it's bad.
And like decisions that get given, you're like, it gets to the point where you're like, you know what, refs have the biggest ego on the football pitch.
Yep, definitely.
Every time you go up to a ref now, they can book us. Every time we walk up to them, they can book us. So we're now like, oh man. And the stuff I want to say to the ref, I can't say to the ref. To the point where we now have like a system. Yeah. One man go, next man go, next man go.
That was another thing. With like obviously we've seen how the rules have been this season, like in the Prem, when if you talk the quick yellows, for instance, is that the same for you guys as well?
In terms of the throwing the ball away and
all those little
everything like all the way for like to the, because we're still classed as elite sports and National League and that sort of stuff. National League is the exact same as the Prem. So you kick a ball away, you shout at the ref's face, you storm a ref. The ref's quick now. They're happy. They're happy because obviously they weren't protected like that before. They just, you know the rules.
Yeah. Because my thing with that, is if they're going to implement that, which I really dislike, they need to let the captains be more talkative to them.
Yeah.
They need to have a better understanding with the captains, because I feel like that line is still not there. Do you know what I mean?
But that used to be the thing. You used to
the captain. You
always call the captain.
You
over,
always call the captain.
But now the captain's coming over,
and they're getting booked.
And it's like, so ref, I can't speak to you either.
But this is where it goes back to me, where I don't even blame the refs. I always blame the people at the top, because you enforce these rules.
They enforce the rules, but they don't hire the right people, bro. I feel like we need to have top quality refs around the country in all, especially in all elite football leagues, bro. When it's our jobs, when it's your job, have the referees when it's their job.
Or just like if they try, if it hasn't been tried already, get ex-footballers a bit more involved in the reffing system. Not necessarily to be refs, but say at Top Flight, for instance, one of them can be in the VAR room,
so they can
for like the tackles and stuff like that.
That's not,
because like you'll be like, bro, like Curtis Jones is red on the weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously with the rules, I see why the red was given,
mm-hmm.
but I just thought like, obviously when I kicked ball when I was younger, if I was on the receiving end of that challenge, I would have been hurt.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have thought it's a red.
Yeah.
Because you can see his foot's rolled on the ball.
Yeah. And that happens loads, bro. Yeah, that happens loads. Like your foot goes over.
Yeah.
And also,
this watching replays
in slow motion.
Oh,
bro, I was about to say the same. Bro,
watch it in live.
Real speed. Stop watching everything slow down. And don't watch anything slow down, because of course when it's slow down, you see the ankle bend, bro. You see everything mad. I'm like, bro,
you'll see the middle finger come up somehow.
Like, you get what I mean?
I think it was Curtis Jones's challenge actually, when the ref's gone over to the screen. The image that they've first shown the ref was just a still image of his foot on Basuma's ankle, and I'm like, bro, you've already put it in. The ref said that this is a red card, and said, so whatever they're gonna play it at fast speed times 500. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Exactly. The first image he's seen is a frozen image of the foot on the ankle, and I'm like, bro,
he's gonna give us.
So, that's just officiating in this country, mate. Absolute joke. So players try and have as much patience as possible if you can, but if not, then it is what it is. Try speak to the refs before games, and just try and do, obviously the Top Flight ones, try and do your research on the refs, because that's what I heard before Casemiro signed for United. That at Real Madrid, he actually used to do research on refs.
Yeah,
obviously, because he knows how he is and stuff like that. So
it's funny enough that we used to have analysis on that Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
We have now a ref analysis.
Oh, I swear.
Yes. The ref gives this many cards. He's prone to a booking. Like he likes to give a penalty. So it just so you know, as a defender, don't dive in. Don't do this. If you know as a midfielder, you know if you rush him. I'm only listening to the midfield part, to be fair, because I ain't tackling no one in the box.
Yeah.
But listen, but you see when they're just talking, it's like, okay, cool. We now have ref analysis, so you know it's getting to a point where I
did not know that, but that is good to know.
You know, we're through a different lens. We're gonna give you a different perspective.
I hear it.
We're gonna give you an inside scoop of something.
Nah, I like that one still. But on one thing I wanted to touch up on quickly was, partly because we're talking about officiating, I don't know if you heard about the Leyton Orient fan who sadly passed away today from last night's game. I don't know if it was a heart attack or so, but about 20 Orient fans, when I was reading it last night, they actually had to come and sit on the pitch, and I'll show you the images later if you haven't seen, of just to get the refs' attention to stop the game, because apparently some refs were trying to get, some fans, were trying to get the refs' attention about, like, there's an incident, blah, 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 and it wasn't really resonating and stuff like that, or the game didn't stop play. I might be wrong, but just like that still image of them doing that, and then the Orient manager going onto the pitch, kind of trying to, like, get off the pitch. Yeah. But, like, they're doing
not knowing what's going on in the stands.
Because I saw some fans that weren't happy with the manager doing that. So I think he did know at that point.
Oh, he's just trying to get the game. What was the score? It's probably a case of, we're not winning or something.
I think they were even 1-0 up.
Oh,
but, like, and it happened in, like, I believe the match got abandoned in the 80th minute or so.
Oh, okay.
But, like,
sorry to hear that about
just
that fan, man.
Like, obviously it's just mad that I think the game was going to continue as normal from the comments that I saw on Twitter and the fans that were actually at the ground and stuff like that. Like, I think, but another fan was like, "Oh, to the ref's defense, it's actually like something to do in the rules, etc." Don't fully quote me on this, but it was something to do with the rules, like the game to continue, etc.,
Yeah.
and all that jazz. And I'm like, bro, like if that is the case, it's me blaming the top again. Obviously, like the worst thing that could happen was the fan passing away today, innit? But just that just goes, cause that didn't happen in a top flight league. It's not gonna get as much recognition.
Yeah.
Obviously, Leighton Orient, Lincoln, that's a League One fixture, and it was a Tuesday night fixture.
Yeah.
Tuesday night fixture, for instance. So, but yeah, it's just that's another sad story.
Sad to hear, man.
I
didn't even hear about it, but
yeah. So
it's weird with the fans. It seems like a lot more frequently fans are passing away or stuff's happening.
There was a period like last year or year before where it just the numbers felt disgustingly high. Like there was an incident every other week or something in the grounds.
Don't know what's going on.
So hopefully
they sort out what's going on there, and rest in peace to that fan, and condolences to his family.
Yeah, I've just seen his name, Derek Reynolds, and he was 74.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's
big up you, Derek.
Trust, and sorry for his family for that.
Definitely.
But just gonna move on to the song of the week. Let's try and somewhat chair, because obviously conversations have been a bit more on the emotional side today.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your song of the week?
Song of the week is one of my favorite sections. Thank you, Deji.
Trust, big up Dej on holiday.
Do you know what? You know how we do song of the week, yeah? I got an album of the week.
Go on then.
My album of the week is...
Enlighten me.
Guess what genre?
R&B.
Oh, you're very
R&B.
much correct.
Hey, Jacob is singing the mirror guy. Me, I'm singing the shower. That's it.
We've got Kenyon Dixon.
I've never not heard of that person.
Kenyon Dixon, R&B artist. Bro, I can't tell you how good this man is, honestly.
Kenyon Dixon,
R&B artist.
I'm gonna have to go into my playlist.
He's written for like Mary J. Blige. He's written for Tyrese. He's written for Genuine.
Yeah.
And now he's really, really coming out with his own stuff. Okay. And he has a new album, and it's called the R&B You Love.
But guys, this is where Dej and Jacob just teach me some new artists. Yeah. I think we discussed, was it last week or a week before, Deji's playlist in the car is so random. I'm like, bruv, stick to one genre, from R&B to rock to pop or whatever. But I'm there learning new artists, and then Jacob's just, I'll be with him in the car, for instance, or when we're speaking about it, and him just stating Kenyon what?
Kenyon Dixon.
See, I already forget.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Kenyon Dixon, the R&B You Love. And this album, I tell you, I say every week, the album, like, songs blow you away. But you see, when you can listen to an album front to back, this is one of them. And every song is like, bro, he's taking you back. He's got songs that remind you of 90s R&B. He's got songs that remind you of 2000s R&B.
Yeah.
He really takes you back. He's got that, and he's got another album, his first album, which I'm on the record saying is one of the best R&B albums I've ever listened to.
That's a very big shout.
And I listened, and R&B is my thing. It's called
Guys
Closer.
are hearing this. Kenyon Dixon.
The album Closer. I'm telling you now, front to back, song for song. I fly places and play the album on repeat for 8 hours,
so
bro.
On your flight for this international duty,
I'm playing both. I got both now. I got both. But I plan like reels to post on Instagram to his songs when I'm thinking, me and my missus go on holiday. Then this one can play on the reel.
Mazaline.
So I got album of the week. That's my album of the week. And I already got my album for next week, but I'm not here. So
I mean, that's the album of the week. I'm struggled to have a song of the week this week. Maybe it's just because I've just been some type of way. But yeah, Kenyon Dixon it is. I can't compete with that in terms of...
You ain't got nothing.
Artists. I think the only song I'll probably listen to all week, guys, forgive me, is probably Adekunle Gold. I think that's who I've just been listening to all week. Because I think he's in London next month, the weekend after my birthday, I believe.
He's coming? I might have to go and see him.
Yeah, it's just if I'm going to be here or not.
Okay.
Because I actually want to go to Frankfurt that's the weekend of the Chiefs playing the Dolphins in Germany, in Frankfurt. Right. So I actually want to go there. Obviously, I don't have a ticket to the game, but just want to be around the surroundings. So that's.
Do you know what? I might be able to sort you out.
So
I might be able to, because the Ravens, when they're coming, I got a link for the game.
Okay. So we'll come to the NFL soon, but we'll talk about that one later. But I feel like I've just listened to Adekunle Gold this weekend. Like, I think I've just been listening to shows throughout the whole week, innit?
Oh, okay.
Because the season's kicked off again. And I've not gone into work all week or whatever. Like, I've not left the house for how many days or whatever. So I've just been on my, all right, cool. Like, Adekunle Gold. Obviously, I'll just go with 2 songs in particular, 5 Star and Different Size with Burna Boy.
Yes.
And Victony or
bro,
that song.
Ooh.
Bro, I was like, the lyrics on that one, like, I was like, are they saying what they think I'm saying? What I think they're saying. Obviously, I just asked my Nige peeps, and he's like, yeah, bro, talk about different bum size. I was like, I hear it. Hey, this one, the remedy's remedying.
Yeah,
so,
boy.
Yeah, I couldn't go. He's too wavy, man.
Ah, man.
Too wavy. So yeah, that's my.
Songs
I'd say
of the week.
Songs, because that's the only artist. And actually, I listened to him, because obviously last week we discussed Usher.
Oh, yeah.
I was listening to his best hits for the first couple of days. That's also what I listened to.
Oh, okay.
But I'd say songs-wise, like, adequate. And I think today or tomorrow's Usher's last show. So.
Yeah, I ain't making it, people.
Sorry, mate.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried, but I got training, so can't make it.
Sorry, mate.
Man, there is. Now there's another. I'm just gonna say, if you guys know Larry June, check him out.
Jeez.
The Great Escape album, another sensational album. It's not R&B, that's rap, and it will blow your mind. Listen to 89 Earthquake,
mate. So if you guys want new artists to listen to, you know where to come on a weekly basis.
Yes, we'll give you them.
Anytime we're doing our next episode's editions, you know where to come, because by default, they're Joe Jacob. They got something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I look for new music all the time. It's part of me, definitely part of me.
See,
so
no,
that's
I'll say
a big part of my life.
Probably the irony. I think when we went out to eat for Dej's birthday, I was speaking to one of his friends, and we were just speaking about exploring, and I said, do you know what? Yeah, like, I'm actually gonna explore new things these upcoming months.
Right.
So whether that's like restaurants, because like I'm not a massive foodie like that. I'm quite like, if I think somewhere's nice, I'll be like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
like, I'll get the same dish, more or less, etc. But like, even when we ate, I was like, let me get a different. I said, explain the steak sauce to me, sir. You get me? Big up Felipe at Goodman's and Mayfair, top man. And flipping, I was like, let me try it. Obviously, I always get peppercorn sauce. I was like, let me get a different thing. New. Yeah, can't remember the name.
But it was good.
But yeah, bro, it was good. And I just, from that night alone, so now, obviously, you've come with your new artists. That's me now gonna explore new artists.
I got a rule when I go to restaurants. I give it to you. If I go to the same restaurant twice, I can't eat the same thing.
Okay.
And if I go anywhere, I have to order something completely different off the menu.
Fair.
So I'll eat something I like, but I've got to order something completely different. Like, I only just started eating sushi.
Swear.
Just started eating sushi. Bruh. And I'm telling you now, I'm a sushi man,
bro. I have my moments where I'll just be like banging sushi for lunch, and I'm like, boy.
Yeah, I like the dragon rolls.
Yeah. Yes. Whereas like a good 7 years ago, I couldn't imagine eating sushi.
I said, why is everyone eating this cold rice and fish? And now it's me.
Bro, so
you're right. New things, man.
So yeah, that's how I'm going to somewhat explore. And whether that's music, food. Do you know what it is with food? Yeah, I think there was something. I'm always the kind of person, when I order something different, it's not nice. That's why I feel like I catch the short straw on a lot of things in life.
But what are you doing though? You going on the menu and just picking it, shutting your eyes and picking it, or you someone recommending it?
No, like I'll do both. Like, or I'll be like, all right, cool. Even like say at a bar with drinks as well, and I'll be like,
you're just trying up new drinks.
The odd time, not really as much, but say if it's a cocktail.
Oh, okay,
I'll be like, all right, let me try this one, or blah blah blah. So I think that's why I'm probably quite like not strict, but I'll be like, all right, cool, I've had this. I know it's nice.
Yeah.
I don't care as much. I'm not, but yeah, from last week, more of the exploring things.
Yeah,
so
man.
Now I'm gonna explore Kenyon Dixon.
Yes.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, Kenya. Next week when I want to hear what you have to say about Kenyon
I don't
Dixon.
know. The pressure's there, mate. I don't know.
Bro,
about
that's all you gotta do is WhatsApp me.
Mate, if you mention it, I might just be like, oh shit, just change the subject. Them words. So yeah.
Nah, man, that's good though. Life's about exploring new things.
No, definitely. And that's even with like say travel and stuff like that. I wanna solo travel and all 100%. That jazz. So
can you go cinema by yourself?
Yeah, I never have, but I've always said I can.
Yeah,
and I actually can.
Yeah.
Like, because I like watching films in peace.
That's the thing.
Like, if I'm watching something at home, if I'm like gonna be on it, I genuinely don't want no one around me.
That's me too.
If I know you're a talkative person.
Yeah, I don't like going cinema with people. Yeah, just because they're asking me questions like I've seen the movie before. Bro, we are seeing this movie at the same time.
Bro, I'm thinking of Dej, not our Dej on Podem, my other Dej. Oh my gosh, I'm like, bro. In the past, I'm like, Joe, what's gonna? I'm like, we're watching this for the same time, first time together, right? Like, bro. So yeah, that's me with. I can actually do the cinema thing. I just haven't done it. Have you?
Yeah, I've done a cinema thing by myself. Yeah, only because my missus didn't want to watch the movie.
Fair.
But I will happily go cinema by myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you don't want to watch it, and I ain't got no one else to watch it with, I watch movies at home by myself.
I mean, next time as well, just shout, man, as well. You get me?
Man. But the cinema's a quiet place. I'm not meant to speak to you when I'm watching this movie.
Literally, I like peace.
Yeah, I come here to watch the movie. I leave.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that people always struggle to do by themselves. It used to be people didn't want to hold a Primark bag in public. I said, what?
Yeah.
I heard that one
Obviously,
time,
the stigma back in the day and all that. Just
I said, what? I buy my boxes and socks from there.
No, bro.
You better believe it.
I think
I'm have plain t-shirts that I just used like on the plane.
But that's come with age for us.
Oh, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? We're to an extent less shameless.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like, bro, there's bigger fish to fry. We've got other things to care about. Bro. There's bills to be paid.
Yeah, you think I care
Whereas
about?
when we're just turning 18 and all that jazz, like it's all an image thing and all that stuff. So
people go in Zara.
Yep.
And then walk into Primark, putting their stuff in the Zara bag.
Bro.
But I was saying, bro, carry your bag, man.
Mate, me. I'm quite OCD, so even supermarkets, if I'm going to Sainsbury's,
you take it.
Like, I have to take a Sainsbury's bag, innit?
Oh,
like,
one of them ones.
Yeah, like that's how I used to be proper. Now recently, I was like, bro, I just used to leave bags in my car, and I'll be like, whatever one it is, what it is.
Just pick it up.
Yeah, bro. No shame. What and what?
Yeah, it's true. You're making us buy bags now, so
bro.
so I'm using any bag that I got.
No, definitely. All right, cool. Man. Now we're gonna go to our NFL babies of the week. Get me and do some analysis of last week's games.
Yeah.
Obviously, I believe Dej won again.
He did. I don't know what and how he's picking these teams,
bro.
He only had 2 losses, 14
out of
wins.
60. Yeah,
14.
I feel like Dej just does lucky dip. He'll go like this. He's closing his eyes. Guys, by the way, I'm just closing my eyes and I'm pointing out my fingers. I was doing it as if there's a camera on me, but yeah, Dej out of last week's games, the 16th game, Dej predicted 14 right and only 2 losses. I believe I was 12-4. I think you were 10-6 or 9-7. Yeah, so
very bad.
Obviously the first week we done it, Dej won, I was second, Jacob third. Last week was we all had the same score, and then this week again it's the same order as the first week.
That is changing this week.
Dej is top of the table.
That has to change this week.
But on last week's games, was there any shocks for you? Obviously, I'd say the big one, or how they got dealt with. But I picked the Bills anyway. Was the Bills beating the Dolphins? You had the Dolphins.
I had the Dolphins because I said the weather was good.
Yeah. No, Miami's the way the pundits and analysts speak about them.
You'd like to think they're going to the Super Bowl. It's
like they're weather-based teams. So.
I picked the Dolphins and I was very confident in my pick.
Yeah.
Even the first two quarters, I seen it. I thought,
bro, they were just going fire for fire.
Yeah, I said it's gonna be.
This is fantastic.
I said whoever gets the ball last is winning this game.
Basically, like the Chiefs Bills in the championship game years ago. Yeah.
That's what I said. It is whoever gets the ball last is winning this game.
Yeah,
and then the defense of the Bills,
championship round, but
like you said though, the defense of the Bills are gonna attack Tua.
Yep. And
they're gonna really put him off.
Yeah.
And you predicted it correctly. You said he's gonna throw some picks. He's gonna be flustered in the pocket.
Yep.
Because he's obviously had the concussions and that's always in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
So, what you said came literally down to a T. And if he can't get off, and the running game's getting stuffed.
Mm-hmm. They neutralized Tyreek.
Yeah,
he had 3 receptions for I think 58 yards or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
So once you stop,
and they had Jalen Waddle back.
Yeah, but you stop the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yep.
You then stop the man that throws him the ball.
Yep.
And you're stopping the running game. You shut them completely down.
And I said to you, I think I said to both you and Dej last week, their defense can be got at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you did say
that. The Dolphins' defense. Obviously, like people like, they're missing Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey signed only this year, and he hadn't played a game for them. So
yeah, still hasn't.
so they can't be missing something they've never had. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? In my eyes, obviously he's gonna improve them when he comes.
Yeah,
and he's healthy. But like Josh Allen was phenomenal.
He was. Since after week 1, bro.
Yeah,
he's really gone and said, you know what? I've heard what you guys have said about me.
Yeah,
and now look. Bro, now watch me.
Him and Stephon Diggs.
The connection's back.
Bro, it's like they put all their off-season troubles. And it's like, yeah.
They're just...
But the Bills are like this, where I feel like they always have they have games where they'll beat a team badly more than most teams. They have like 2 or 3 in a season.
Yeah, and then
it's just their nonsense games. Like they'll lose at a peak time.
Yeah.
Or the way they've lost it, etc. So I think that's their stigma. But yeah, on that one, I don't know if you saw Broncos Bears. Actually, we were discussing
discussing it while it was going on.
I was like, Justin Fields, you're doing it. You're doing so well.
Oh, man, I was buzzing. Remember at one point I said,
we all had the Broncos, but we didn't mind
the Bears winning.
Yeah.
I said, the Broncos are done. I think I said in the chat, someone is getting sacked tonight.
Yeah.
Because someone should have been sacked if they lost the game.
Yeah.
And then I said, and then
you said, then more someone from the Broncos getting sacked.
Yeah, and then you said, the Bears. We said at the same time, but you said the Bears come. You said the Broncos come back, and I said the Bears are just being the Bears.
Yeah.
I said, bro,
I was devastated for Fields, man, because he had arguably his best game in his NFL career. And then the fourth quarter. Now credit to Russell Wilson, because he hasn't actually had a bad season.
No, he hasn't.
He's been fairly good. The team's just been pants.
Yeah,
like especially defensively. They're not the team they were last season, and then. Yeah, he's had good numbers, good stats, etc. But Justin Fields, I was like, just for his sake, and then
I want him to get a win, bro.
They scored in the fourth quarter. The Broncos come back 21 points unanswered or something. That I was like,
you know what? He had the
Then he threw the
fumble,
pick, the fumble, then the pick at the end of the day. It was the fumble more than the pick. The pick was just to do something.
You know, if you don't fumble the ball there, and he sits down, take the sack, that game doesn't get out of hand.
Because it was a fumble. It was for a touchdown.
Fumble for a touchdown, which brought the game within 7. But bro, you punt the ball there, you played a possession game.
Yep.
But it was like, as soon as that happened, I said, you know what? I think the Broncos are gonna win this game. Yeah,
mate. Literally. I just felt. I genuinely felt for Justin Fields, man. I felt for him, but yeah. All right. Cool. I don't think there's any more like
shockers. No, my Texans, my Houston.
Shit, yeah.
Houston.
Yeah. Anytime I go anything against the Texans, they do the opposite. And I said this last week, bro. They beat the Steelers badly.
Beat them.
They beat them.
They beat the bricks. Yeah, they beat the bricks of them.
Steelers do to people. Beat people up. Like, I big up CJ Stroud again, bro. I think he's rookie of the year so far.
Easily.
Offensive rookie of the year. So he's been still no interceptions. No. I think he's the only quarterback in the league, no interceptions.
No. And he had, do you know what? They punched their first touchdown in, and they actually scored 3 touchdowns on the same drive, but because they kept on getting penalties, they scored a touchdown penalty, kept on getting brought back, and I said, let me see what this young guy's got.
Yeah.
The composure to do it 3 times in a row, just confident, steps into throws, like makes the right decision at the right times. Doesn't take if he does take a sack, he takes a sack. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way.
Bro, he's looking like the truth, man.
This is the thing.
He's looking like the truth. Credit to him where it's due.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? So
definitely
can't fault him. Cool. So I feel like I have to. We ain't even got to this week's games, but I feel like I have to pick the Texans by default if they're playing or if they're on a bye week. Whatever, just do whatever the Texans do.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll first obviously start off with, because I'll read. Dej sent over his predictions to us earlier today. So yeah, Jacob, you kick off with the games, and I will state mine and Dej's at the same time.
I've got the first game of the week is the Thursday night game, and that is the Commanders versus the Bears.
I mean, obviously, Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
Chicago are the worst team in the NFL. Everything about them is just horrific.
Bro, they couldn't keep a lead.
Did you hear about I think fans have been breaking but people have been breaking into their stadium.
Into the stadium?
Yeah.
For what?
It was either before last week's game or the week before. Don't know. Everything's just a mess.
Oh,
just like Manchester United, the Chicago Bears. At least we've got a name, but everything's a mess. Do you know what I mean? All right, cool. I feel we all got the Commanders there.
Commanders there. The next game we have the Bills Jags,
which is in London.
Which is the London game.
I think it's Tottenham actually.
Yeah, it's Tottenham this weekend.
So obviously the Bills is Deji's team. That's his team. So Deji's never bet against his team, and I expect he wouldn't. Just like me and the Chiefs. So Dej gone the Bills. I've gone the Bills as well.
Jacob's going the Bills as well.
Yeah. But obviously, it seems like London's the
Jags' home ground.
Yeah. I think I've read rumours that like the team that they're potentially trying to move abroad is the Jags.
Yes, the Fulham owner owns Jacksonville. Yeah, so it could be a case of
the irony when I was watching Fulham Chelsea this week.
Their
their commentators actually brought that up. So you probably had your TV on mute or something then. But they actually, obviously the Jags played on the weekend, so they're in London again, and they played in London last year. Yeah,
they always play in London just because the owner is obviously.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So who knows? They might shock. Obviously, we've all picked the Bills, but this is effectively a home game for them.
Yeah.
And as Nick Wright on First Things First likes to call him the Prince, and obviously we've got royalty in this country.
Yes, we do.
So yeah, but we've all gone the Bills. Cool.
Next up we got the Patriots versus the Saints.
Where is this game at?
New England.
See, I want to pick the Saints. They just picked the Saints, by the way.
I don't even know, man.
Who
is the Saints quarterback?
Derek Carr.
He came out the game, though.
No, it was the game before. We thought he wasn't going to play this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to play this weekend. But
wasn't
Jameis in the game
I
at the
still
end?
picked the Saints and they lost. But I think did Jameis come in at the end?
Derek Carr was out. I was watching the game and I'm sure I was on Red Zone and Derek Carr he was feeling his shoulder on the sideline. So I was like, is he coming back in or? And the game wasn't like.
Are you sure that was this week?
That was this week as well.
Oh wow!
So I didn't know if he was.
I didn't know if he'd gone off, but I saw he definitely started the game. So that is a tough one because New England, boy, they need to bounce back. So yeah, Jameis only had one snap, so Derek Carr actually played.
He played the whole game.
Basically,
was Taysom Hill?
He only had one snap as well.
What was I watching? My TV must have been on a different channel. Something else.
Maybe at the time of them having their one snaps, that's what you saw. But Dej picked the Saints. I'm gonna go. It's in New England, isn't it?
I know where I'm going with this pick, and it's not the Saints. I ain't bet for the Saints once this season. And I'm not doing it.
The Cowboys battered New England on the weekend.
Yeah, but that's the Cowboys.
Yep. I hear it. Yeah.
It's Dallas. It's a completely different.
But it was their defense, and that's the Saints' strong point.
I understand, but I'm not having the Saints' offense. Like the Saints.
I know, man. And Alvin Kamara come back. Obviously, he first came back and stuff.
The Saints don't give up points, right? But they also don't score.
Their offense should be good, though.
It should be, but they don't have the right quarterback in place.
And I kind of like Derek Carr as well. So they
don't have the right quarterback in place.
Obviously, early. New England.
That's my pick. New England Patriots.
So
I also got to go against Edge.
We've both gone against Edge there. Hopefully we can. He finished last place this week or something. But yeah, God.
Next game, Colts Titans in Indianapolis.
Ooh. The Colts have been surprisingly decent.
They have been, I like the look of their quarterback as well.
Yeah, I still think he's not a great thrower of the ball, but he's all-round package.
Yeah, that's what. Even to tie up the game the other day. He's
got fight. I think I tweeted about it. Like, he's got cojones. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, because it was a comeback that day.
Comeback. Yeah. They lost, but on a field goal.
And that's in
lost in overtime.
That's in Indianapolis, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the Tennessee Titans.
You going Tennessee?
Yeah, Dej's gone with the Titans as well.
They had a great win last week. To be fair, the Titans did.
They battered the Bengals, and we.
Yeah, I voted for the Bengals. I took the Bengals last week.
Did I pick the Bengals? I might have.
Who are we going for? No, I'm going. The Titans were so good last week. I'm gonna go with the Titans as well.
Yeah, I had the Titans last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Titans this week because of how good they were last week. To be fair.
Cool, it's cool. So we've all got the Titans there. Go on.
Next game: Steelers versus the Ravens.
Dej has in his notes specifically he has the Ravens, but he has in brackets expecting a bounce back from the Steelers.
Not against the Ravens. I'll be honest. I'm always going Ravens because I'm a big Lamar fan.
I am as well.
But
I feel you said it last week.
The trend.
The one game bad, one game good, one game bad. He was good last week.
Exactly.
So
he was MVP form.
Yeah.
Against the
the
Browns.
Steelers need a bounce back. But
it's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm still going to Ravens because
I'm going to Ravens as well.
I'm going to Ravens.
But I just think because I think Kenny Pickett got injured.
Mm-hmm. He did.
He did.
He's not playing knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a knee injury as well.
But I was thinking Mitch Trubisky should come in anyway.
Yeah, and just be able to.
I don't think Kenny Pickett's any better. So yeah, Ravens.
Next game we have the Lions versus the Panthers.
Obviously the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going to Lions as well. Even though
I feel sorry for Bryce Young, man.
Because my Panthers, we put up a fight. Yeah, we were up in that game.
Yeah.
And again, I just see.
It was like the Vikings game, innit?
Yeah, we were up. Yeah. We were up.
And we were talking about that during the game.
We were up, and I said, bro, please don't throw this away. I want to celebrate my team this weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we go and do that. Hold on, wait. Nah, it's the Lions. I can't. This is for leaderboard points. I was gonna go back my team.
Lions as well. Dej picked the Lions. Cool. Next.
Falcons versus the Texans. I know where I'm going.
I can't bet against them this week. Houston, baby.
Houston, I'm back and I'm better. I've been back with you since last week.
I believe. CJ Stroud, Dej has gone with the Texans as well, so that's a clean sweep for the Texans. Even though that's in Atlanta.
That doesn't bother me.
Doesn't matter. I feel like those are the two.
The cities you want to be in.
The black capitals in America, but yeah, go on.
The next game we have the Dolphins versus the Giants.
Yeah. I mean, the Dolphins. That's a clean sweep, I believe.
Dolphins, easy.
Yeah, Dej put Dolphins bounce back, obviously, because his Bills battered them.
Yeah, the Giants aren't. I don't know, man.
Nah, even if Saquon's back.
Yeah, their protection.
Yeah, their O-line's horrific.
Yeah, horrid, bro.
Like Daniel Jones got sacked 11 times on Monday.
Bro, but it was like as soon as he snapped it, his center moved out of the way,
bro,
and said, "Go on, sack my quarterback, please."
It's mad how obviously being a watch of the NFL or viewer, for the last couple years, it's only I say last couple years for a while now, but it's only the last couple years I've realized the importance of the O-line, the offensive line. That's
why the left tackles and the right tackles are paid so highly.
Yeah, but no one knows their names.
No,
majority, unless they're the top one or two in their position. Like an average watcher's majority of the time is not gonna know who's this player in this position, etc. But they get the band and they don't even touch the ball at all. So, we all picked the Dolphins there.
We got two teams next on the not downward slope, but on a trajectory that one of them shouldn't be on and one of them we kind of predicted for the season. The Cardinals and the Bengals.
The way the Bengals are playing now,
they're both 1-3 as well. But
the Cardinals have been Like
Cardinals are in every game.
Every game, even against the 49ers last week.
Yeah, they're in the game.
They were in it. Like
Yeah.
even beginning of fourth quarter, like obviously 49ers were up.
Yeah.
But like Josh Dobbs has been very decent.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Burrow, I said time ago they should have sat him for a long period of
this season. They should have just written it off, you know.
Yeah, they should have sat him after when they revealed he was injured again.
Yeah.
Let him miss the next 3 or 4 games, and I think after next week's game they got a bye week. So then see what they could do from there.
They should sit him now until that bye week, and then obviously see what you can do. But now you're 1-3, you're in a bad spot, so you can't really sit him.
Whereas like you could have took being 1-5 for argument's sake, come back from the bye week, because last week I think they won like I'm wrong, but 12 in a row.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? After starting off 0-2 and stuff like. Bro, they could do it again and just get to playoffs as a wild card.
Yeah, and then
we know how they are on the road.
Yeah,
they got like to a Super Bowl that way. Yeah. So, but
once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Exactly. Especially when you got a team like that, they get hot at the right time all the time. So, that's in Arizona. Dej got the Bengals.
I got the Cardinals.
I think I've got the Cardinals as well.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals
just
this week.
The way the Bengals are playing, it's not encouraging in the slightest. Cool.
Rams, Eagles in LA. I think it's about time the Eagles take a loss.
Same. Dej got the Eagles, but
I think it's about time the Eagles take a loss, you know, because the way they've been playing is not win worthy. This is my thing.
Last week's win overtime, but they're winning.
They're winning, and they're finding a way to win, which is always a sign of a good team.
Very, yeah.
And do I see the Rams doing something? Not really. Do I want to pick them? Yes. But is it going to be a silly pick? I don't think I have time for silly picks anymore.
So where are you going?
I'm going for the Rams.
Oh,
it's a silly pick, but I got it.
Oh shit! I was there thinking, all right, you're gonna pick the Eagles.
No, I'm going for the Rams because I got to do something different.
I hear you, but I'm going with Eagles.
Yeah, you two might beat me out on that one, but I have to do something.
They're 4-0. Can't really go against them as much, even though.
Next game we got Broncos versus the Jets in Denver. Again, another 1-3 matchup.
I mean, if Zach Wilson plays like the way he did against the Chiefs, because he outplayed Mahomes.
Yeah. If he does that, then I think it's the Jets game to win.
Because they've got the better team overall.
100%.
It's literally...
They need a win as well.
Russ has been playing fairly well this season.
Yeah.
So,
but I know the Broncos defense.
Yeah, I'm going the Jets because of the Nat Hackett comments.
Yeah, same. I'm going for the Jets this week.
Dej has gone for the Broncos.
Okay.
And as they usually say, Broncos country, let's ride.
Hey.
So hopefully we can get one up on him on that one.
Hopefully. I'm trying to get one up on everyone with the Rams pick. But
yeah, where?
We have next the Vikings versus Joe's Chiefs. As he likes me to say.
That's what I like to hear. Joe's Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champions. Get me? Of course we're choosing my baby. My babies. The only team in red in my life that I rate right now. Get me?
We know I'm going for the Chiefs because I told you that Vikings, I don't believe in the Vikings because every game they play, they don't look like they should win. Yeah. Even though they only won one.
They've got Chiefs as well. I think the game's in Minnesota, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. It might be a high-scoring game.
Might be.
So
next game, I think it might be game of the week.
Yes, it is.
49ers, Cowboys, as that is Sunday night football.
God, Lord, I hope I can stay up for this one.
I will be
there.
The Caribbean.
Oh, shit, yeah. So you're time zone-wise?
I'll be watching it. I won't be. No, I won't be.
Oh, is it?
Nah, I'll miss it.
What?
I'll miss it because I got a layover in Trinidad.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
So no,
game of the week. 49ers. And Dej got in brackets close game. I think 49ers as well.
I think 49ers. They're the best overall team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think that will be the real a real good watch though.
I saw a tweet today from Pro Football Focus. They've got the top four players in certain positions.
The Niners.
I was like, this is a super team.
They're Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, who Joey or Nick Bosa?
No, so it was Nick Bosa's the highest graded edge. Brandon Ayuk's the highest graded wide receiver.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Trent
about
Williams, obviously highest graded OT.
Yep.
And Christian McCaffrey, highest graded running back. And
Yeah.
I think Brock Purdy's got the best QBR.
Yeah, he would do
at the moment.
Yeah, he would do.
I think he only misplaced one pass last game.
It's hard to not, bro. Look at that team.
Yeah.
That's like the Golden State Warriors when they got KD, but in the NFL.
Yeah. Obviously, they've just not got that star power at quarterback.
Yeah.
This is why I also think Christian McCaffrey should be a strong candidate for MVP as it stands.
100%.
Like, obviously, it seems to be a quarterback award. I think, is it Adrian Peterson last time?
Yeah.
Non-quarterback, which was 11 or 12.
A long time ago.
But I think, for me right now, Christian McCaffrey is the MVP.
I agree. I definitely agree. Obviously, he was born and raised in, where he was, Carolina.
Yeah.
I was sad to see him go. But
I'm happy. You're happy when players elevate. Like
100%, 100%. Like that's why I sometimes switch. Like if I'm watching a game, he played for my Panthers. I support that team for this game.
Definitely.
Like I do that quite a bit.
Like he's just an all-round effective running back.
He's an all-rounder.
Yeah,
everything, catching the ball, run after catch.
Yeah, just everything, fantastic.
You can't. You have him, Debo,
and he broke Jerry Rice's record for consecutive games with a touchdown last week.
You see what I mean?
So I think it's 13 now, or 14, 102. So, and obviously Jerry Rice is regarded as the best wide receiver in NFL history. So
you're in good company.
Oh, definitely,
you're in great company.
So that's if I was to do the top 3 MVP as it stands. Him, Josh Allen, and probably Tua.
You still have Tua in after last weekend?
Yeah. That's his one bad game. Josh Allen had his first bad game against the Jets. Stuff. He even had more turnovers. Tua's hardly had turnovers this season.
No, he hasn't, to be fair.
So I feel like,
you
know what I mean? But, yeah.
Well, our last game of the week, Monday Night Football, the Raiders versus the Packers.
And that is in Las Vegas. I mean,
the Packers have been letting me down,
I thought the Raiders were going to come back against the Chargers last week.
I don't trust
And I wanted them to. They were so close. But obviously we picked the Chargers. Yeah. But I still, it's like the Bears. You just wanted them to do it.
The Packers have actually let me down.
I feel like they have as well for me.
Because it's like the first week they said, oh, yeah. Next week they weren't great. Then the comeback week. Then last week I was like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
They got killed, Detroit Lions, early on Thursday Night Football. Remember I got home, I said, what's going on?
Yeah, you did actually.
I said, what's going on here?
Cool. Dej has the Raiders. I think just if they finish the game the way they ended, start the game the way they ended last week's game, I'm going to go the Raiders.
This is the thing. Do I go Packers one more week, man? I like Jordan Love, man.
I do.
I like
like even if he has a bad game, he shows big moments, especially like fourth quarter, etc. He's got bottle.
Devontae versus
his former team.
Yeah,
as if he's fit as well though, because he had a bit of a shoulder issue.
Yeah,
because he went off and came back on. But
I think he'll be out there.
Yeah,
he might not be, and I know he knows the secondary well, so he knows gonna kill them.
I'm going Raiders.
I think I'm going to join you guys on the Raiders.
Clean sweep.
Yep.
All right, cool. And the teams on a bye this week, which is the first big bye, is Seahawks, Browns, Buccaneers, and Chargers. So, yeah, that seems to be our edition of this round's NFL fixtures coming up this weekend.
Yes.
And who knows, if I can get a last-minute ticket for the Jags at Bills, you'll just see me snap you at Tottenham Stadium like, yo, that's where I am. Get me.
There was tickets for last week's game.
Yeah. Because remember, I was the views, etc. Blah blah blah.
I even tried to get my boy to get me some other ones, but he said I asked him to last minute. He said if I asked him on the Saturday, he would have been able to get them for the Sunday.
Okay.
But I asked him on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. I said, bro, the game starts at 2:30.
I mean, if you don't mind asking for this weekend.
Oh, no, I'm asking him each weekend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I'm not here, so I'll ask for you, man.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, yeah, you're not here next 2 weekends.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I missed the next one as well.
Yeah.
I missed the Baltimore game, don't I?
Because that's next weekend, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm going to get tickets for my brother because he's a Baltimore fan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who they got again, London?
I don't actually know, but he was like, he's getting his jersey, this and that, so...
They've got the... Well, I think that's the week after. I might be wrong.
I'm sure I'm back for... Yeah, in fact, he said I'm back for it because he was saying we could go together.
Fair enough. Fair. Cool. Well, yeah, no, that's this round's fixtures, like I already said, of our NFL leaderboard. Just catching up on that again. Dej is on top as he's won 2 game weeks. Second in both game weeks, and Jacob was last in both game weeks. And then we all drew last week. So yeah, me and Jacob need to catch up on Dej at some point. And we finally decided our point system. Just gonna do the 3-2-1.
Yeah.
Best way to do it. Then when it's a draw. We didn't discuss that, but we'll come back to that one at some point at a later date. But yeah,
the game's on 15th of October.
Okay.
The Ravens Titans games. I won't be here.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday. But that's a big game, by the way.
Yeah.
Titans Ravens. That's a massive game.
Yeah, both two good defenses.
Yeah.
So
and they don't like each other at all.
Both good running games as well. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll try and sort the fellas out for tickets for that one.
Alright, top man, if you come through. Do you know what I mean? If you don't come through, then boy, I don't know about that, mate. You know what I mean? But yeah, obviously, thank you guys who are going to listen to this. Our first episode where it's just 2 man because Dej is enjoying his holiday.
Yes.
But yeah, Jacob's gonna be going on international duty this weekend coming up. So good luck to El Jefe.
Cheers.
Obviously, our first episode was called El Jefe. I don't know if we've explained this. The reason why we named that episode El Jefe is because when Jacob came back from international duty, me and Dej just started saying El Jefe, and we're like, do you know what? Let's call that this episode name. So if you hear us say El Jefe across our episodes, you know why. We're referring to Jacob. You get me? So El Jefe, aka the captain of Grenada.
Yes. But same excerpts, and big up all the listeners. I won't be here next week, so it'll be a Dej and Joe episode.
Yep.
And I look forward to listening to that myself.
Yep.
And everyone tune in and thank you for listening.
Get me? I need to get away as well.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I actually just for myself, but yeah. But yeah, like Jacob said, thank you everyone for listening. Much appreciated. Thank you for those who have been sharing, showing us the love, etc. And those that have been asking for the visuals, don't worry, it is coming out soon. Just stay patient, please.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Patience is good in life. Get me?
Yes, we're sorting that.
Yes. Hey, everything. Hey, you think I just wake up and look like this? Obviously, you can't see me right now, but when you do, you understand. You know what I mean? Get me? But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And Joe, over and out.
Jacob, over and out.
God bless.